Good evening, everybody. Happy Christmas Eve. Um, whatever other winter holiday you might be celebrating. Um, so, I don't know why. Jesus Christ. Taking the Lord's name in vain on Christmas Eve. Gee, wow. Yeah, the hospital here in town, like, they have a really awesome whoever's doing the stuff on the sign out front. It's like a big LED screen, right? I mean, it's good size. It's not, outrageous. But so a few weeks ago, I saw it, and it was promoting their kidney stone like clinic. Um, and it was like a question at the top, and it was just like, "Ready to get that rock rolling? Then contact our kidney stone center today." It's like, oh, holy shit. y'all, y'all went pretty hard, and you know what? They get an A for effort. But the other day, they had like the Seinfeld like oval like logo, and it said Happy Festivus. And it was like, for the rest of us. It was like the whole quote on the sign. It was like, God damn, now they're going for Seinfeld references in 2022. Hey, props to you. What else was I gonna say? Oh man, yeah, it's pretty brutal for everybody. Like, it got cold everywhere. It, Father Winter just decided, he woke up late, and he fucking he came out, and he whipped everybody's ass. I mean, I know people in this, like, we're far enough south to where it's not an issue, but people that I know in like the mid Atlantic, the southern Atlantic, like, they got hit hard, and it's like, yeah, it, you're just like we're due for hurricanes. You're due. You're gonna get yours eventually. Oh, oh man, I swear my brain is corrupted. So I saw the only thing I use Facebook for is the shit post. That's all I do use it for, and eventually just showing off basic things in my life. Like, I'll link it from other social media accounts. Um, because everybody, and that's why I did an assignment. I wrote a paper on the rise of social media and its effect on not only psychology but sociology, and the fact that there are these constructed, like, there are constructed social, like, realities where it is, if it's a culture of, let's say it started with, I'm trying to think of a good demographic, because obviously the most recent stuff, it's like the right and left politically. I, it's become too much for me. I had to tap out. I couldn't engage with people anymore because the level of vitriol is just, it's really fucking bad. But it feels like, and in this day and age, like, at this point, the people on Facebook and Twitter that are legit just arguing politics all fucking day long, like, it's, I don't think it's done any good. I can't imagine being so upset at someone because their belief is that, you know, giving each other a hand, and then all of a sudden the other, another side is like, the the argument is that if you give to them, you're taking from someone else, when it's not really that at all. All it is just trying to shift budgets around, like where resources are allocated, and it's like we're pretty fucked up on our priorities. I mean, it's not working. um we have a runaway mental health crisis. It's pretty brutal, especially this time of year. Like, it's cold, it's dark. There are a lot of people who are, because everywhere it's like really throwing it in your face that like the holidays are for family and it's for big gatherings in a bright house, and it's like not everybody has that shit. Like, we should be, really pushing for the norms of like people creating a family of friends, and doing holiday stuff with them if they, if they can't engage with. And honestly, it should just come down to who do who are your loved ones. They don't necessarily have to be family, but nowadays, like, I can't imagine. But so Facebook to me is just, it's a fucking joke. Twitter is a joke. There, and the people that take them seriously, it's like, really, man? This is the hill you want to die on? Is that you shouting into the fucking void, and engaging in just an echo chamber and a feedback loop just to make yourself feel better? Don't tell me that, that I'm the dumb one because I'm trying to find fulfillment other ways. Like, I can't get my head around it. And I guess that's the point. I'm not supposed to understand it because, there are people that they're just not. We're all wired differently anyway. I mean, but it's just funny, like that "Joy to the World" song. Somebody posted a meme on Facebook, and I saw it, and it made me laugh because it was like they're like, oh, let's sing. It was just like a little lame, web comic or whatever. But one speech bubble was like, oh, let's go singing Christmas carols, and it's like, which one should we do first? It was like, oh, "Joy to the World," and then it just has like a panel of, everybody kind of getting ready, and then the horse just shouts, "Jeremiah was a bullfrog," and it's like immediately I hear the dun dun dun, and just hear, it's like they're the same. It's the same title of a song, but it's two totally different songs. Like, I can't imagine. Oh shit! Like, throwing that to a DJ and just having them like fuck it up because they picked the wrong one. That would be too good. It reminds me of, what was that car selling movie? What was it? Oh my god. Oh, holy shit. I can't remember. I think it was a Judd Apatow movie. Car selling movie. The Goods. I remember that. So that movie came out when I was working at a place that ran on, it was commission sales. So the way it worked is there was a rotation. So you would have guys who, they would be on, I think it was called You Were On Point. Um and you were first up. So as people come into the store, your job as a salesman was to see them come in, kind of scope out where they were going, and then you would go intercept them and, ask them, "Do you need any help today? What can I, anything I can show you in particular?" And so a lot of the terms and the stuff, it kind of made sense, but the DJ in that movie was great. Oh yeah, his name is DJ No Request.
A couple of guys came in here earlier looking for Vanessa, and I got a little bit of bad news for you. Vanessa is dead. Here's Radio Mossy. Guys, get those food orders in quickly, because in 25 minutes, the kitchen is rented out for a porno shoot. Are you disgusted?
So this is a strip club.
Book the DJ. Selling some cars today.
So they bring a DJ from a strip club to a car lot. He's up on the roof.
You know who we got coming in? I do. American Idol's very own Bo Bice. His brother is coming down. Yes, Eric Bice will be right here rocking the stage.
Hey, DJ. This place is about to pop. Why don't you throw on some Charlie Daniels?
Good call.
Nobody tells DJ Request what to play. Let them tell you what to play. They lose respect for you. They lose respect for you. You lose control. Not today.
All right.
I love that he's just bipolar and like and just in his own world. But I don't know, like having a DJ like you get a wedding DJ and he makes the wedding follow his pace. Like he sets the mood with the music and everything. And but you just have one that's just like a rogue. they do their own thing. They're just an agent of chaos. Like that would be a lot of fun. Especially in a role where they're supposed to kind of set the mood. Oh yeah, what do we got? Okay, so it's not necessarily appropriate for Christmas, but I really want to see it because if anybody's a big fan of horror, there is a series. It basically started from a single 4chan post, and I've talked about it before, but it's fucking amazing. So let me see if I can find it. 4chan. I need to favorite this. Yes. Okay, so, pop this out, and we will. Tits, I love that's fucking stuck in my head. Okay, so there we go. Pop it over. So this one post, it's just unsettling images. It was back in 2019. This image here, to this day, I don't know if anybody's confirmed what this is. Supposedly, it's like a part of the showroom from an old Sears, where this would have obviously been furniture sets, home decor, stuff like that. So they have it kind of set up with just generic wallpaper, but the way the lighting, the camera, the color, the Dutch angle, like just look at it. It looks very. There's just something about it. It's pretty unsettling, right? So this concept is called a liminal space. So it's like things like that. Let's see if I can find another one. This one kinda, that looks like it's from a fucking music video though. But there's a few of them. This kind of shit. Like this. All right, so it's US Bank ATM. There's no ATM there. Obviously, there used to be because that looks like a data port, a power outlet. ATM would have stood there. Can't really see what's going on in the background. These look like branches, so it looks like there's some this might be inside a mall, an old mall, where this is like a boarded up storefront. You can see trash here, 2 chairs. don't even match. The it's this one fluorescent fixture that's on. You have an exit sign that's over on here, but it looks like there's just stacks of shit boarded up. Places in the tile floor and stuff. Like it's it's uncanny. It's unsettling because it's a place designed for people, specifically groups of people, the public. It's not someone's home. It's a more social type of space, and it's devoid of humans, it's devoid of life, and it looks derelict, it looks empty, and just foreboding kind of. It's just very unsettling. But so there was a whole series of, it basically took this, like, this shit's just, it's just weird. It's so many funny. So without the Tony Hawk shit, it's obviously in a hotel lobby. For whatever fucking reason, they have two chairs here and like a table. It's like, why? Nobody can ever get there. It's just fucking weird. um that one always struck me. um this one kind of the same. It's, and especially with the dead plants and stuff, like it just looks old. The color of the machinery. What? Okay. That's kind of weird too. I don't, and we have no context, but it's like, what context could there be for that? What is happening here? That is kind of unsettling. This is another one. Um, is this real? I can't tell. This might be a. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Um, but basically, this one is kind of a little bit more. I don't know, off-putting, because it's a closed-in space, and it's trying to simulate an outdoor space, but it's not outdoors, and it's also empty as fuck. And you have these two people standing in a window, but it's just identical windows. They're all, most of them are dark, and even like the lighting from the camera, like, this couldn't have been very bright. But that's another type of liminal space, because it's just not, there's something off. It's dark, it's not inviting, there's no other people, aside from that. But ignore the two people in the window. It's empty. You would see at least a few people out here walking around doing, whatever. But yeah, it's just empty. And there's been a few hotels that I've gone to where there's been like a big courtyard atrium type area in the middle, and it's empty as fuck. Um, I went to Washington D.C. few, probably, was it 2018? No, it would have been 2017. Um, but I went to Washington D.C. and I stayed in, I forget where, some place in Virginia, but I was near a mall, and they had a really nice hotel. I forget what it was. It was a Wyndham or something. But got there, and it was fairly empty. It wasn't very booked. Like, I didn't really see any other people, but I was in and out a couple of times, and that was it. Like, I wasn't hanging around the hotel. Why? Why you gotta put it upside down? Come on, man. That's just fucked up. Did you take it upside down on your camera? What the hell? Step up to luxury. Evil lives here. It's just the cat. Holy shit. So yeah, it's a whole. They've created a whole. Oh god, that is. Yeah, that one kind of gets to me. This kind of shit too, like these old rooms taken with like color photos, and it's just there's like words here. Print. Tell what it says though. What is this one? And that obviously it looks like a render. Or it could be a painting. That looks fucking dope though. Kind of dig that. Having just this wide open bedroom looks like a Roman villa. It just opens and you just have a full moon and a horizon full of ocean ahead of you. Like it's kind of cool looking. Jesus. Kind of the same idea. Um, just an empty parking lot, dark everything, and then one source of light. I mean, the sky looks cool, but um, old gas stations tend to freak me out too. Um, like you'll see them when you go driving, and it's like, to me, it's like that is a relic of another time where there would have been enough travel to sustain a business there. Now it's like, but how long was it there? Because you think about it, it's like the interstates, the process of building them, was they started with the major arteries first, like your major highways first. So it would have been 95, um, you know, maybe one of the middle Atlantic east to west ones. Um, you would have slowly built the system to connect to itself. Um, so it would have been a couple of decades where businesses were still able to survive because they were on an old highway. And it's like, well, when that traffic goes somewhere else, that business goes with it. And it would have, that whoever owned it would have sold it, and it would have been run by someone else for a while, and they would have sold it, and then they would have sold it, and then eventually they would have just given up on it, and to the point where it's not even really a gas station anymore. It might be an auto mechanic, but that's it. Like they just happened to take over the land because it had a garage to start with. But um, there's just no need for a gas station. Man. Um, so, but they took this idea of this. So I don't know. There was a post. One of these replies. Nope. 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 Okay, so disquieting images that just feel off. But there's a post where basically this is where you go. Like it's this idea of if a reality existed where you could, so clipping is where it's a video game term. It's where two solid objects, so like it could be the player's character and the floor, right? So two solid objects are supposed to collide with each other, and the game is that software is supposed to know that they can't just pass through each other. So if there's gravity, the player's character will stop on the ground. They can move. in relation to the ground being a flat, solid surface. Sometimes there might be certain areas where it's, there's vertices, or something where it causes the player character to, you end up below the floor, or you can go through a wall, or like sometimes you'll see it in like video game clips where like they drive like a vehicle into another vehicle and they like get stuck and the game is trying to separate them, so they just start doing this kind of bullshit and they just start freaking out. And if it sometimes it might blow the car up, it might launch it, because the physics finally breaks and the two objects separate and it just throws the object away. Things can happen, they can go wrong. The idea is that if you clip through the ground or through, our solid reality, so like you could touch a wall, it could actually send you here. And what it would be is this endless maze of these types of hallways with varying geometry, long narrow corridors, or gaps in the wall like this, or blind corners that lead to other corners and stuff like that. So it would be this endless series of randomly generated hallways, and they called it the back rooms. And basically there are, I don't know how many, there's a bunch of levels and they're all different. So like this one is they call it, I think they just call it the yellow hallways or something like that. It's like, it's the basic, it's like your starting area for the most part. This is where you end up. And it's this kind of shit. Fluorescent lights, this kind of tan commercial grade carpet that's very bland. The wallpaper is this, kind of pale yellow. It may have texture on it, it may just be plain, whatever. There's a guy who made an entire series called The Backrooms, and it's found footage style, and it's really well done. But most recently he's uploaded this video here, and it's called Overflow. I kind of want to watch it.
Market and non-market economies. Well, as I've said, that our negotiations in this area with the Soviets are just beginning. Commerce Secretary Peterson returned yesterday, 2 weeks, mostly in Moscow, but also in Warsaw, during which time very considerable progress was made. We're narrowing our differences, which have kept us from settling our Lend-Lease debt for 25 years. The good faith which the Soviets would demonstrate by settling the debt would set the stage for a presidential order permitting Exim Bank credits for sales to the Soviets. And it would also open the way for a presidential request of the Congress.
Buy one of these General Electric tape recorders and we'll give you enough free tape to talk 2 hours. It's 2 extra cassettes at $5.30 value. Oh. Dielectric properties of the samples were found to be something frequency independent over the frequency range. What? Variations attributed differences in experimental techniques by increasing the tellurium composition. It was found that the dielectric constant can be varied from approximately below 7 to 10. The what? I can't read. Found something tangent found to increase with increasing what constant. Oh my god. Dielectric glass system pair favorably with those of dielectric materials used for microwave what silicon blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's that. So there's a plane rotating around. You can see the reflection. Hmm. That's good stuff, man. Oh, is there an unlisted video here? Damn, no. Yeah, it's tough, man. But this series, like he's there's no, it's not done in any kind of chronological order. It's done in a way to kind of construct the story as we go. So it starts with, just these kind of sporadic elements, like story elements. It's almost like a Tarantino type move where he tells the story from multiple angles and it all kind of comes together. But they do it in a way where it, like, you don't have to do it in any kind of order, right? So it, I don't know, the story can kind of like, because the fun part is like when people speculate, they kind of want to, they kind of want to guess and kind of read ahead of the story, and then sometimes you kind of, you allow them the satisfaction of being right, and then sometimes you throw in a twist that kind of throws them, but it still makes sense and it's still rewarding. Like, it has to be, I don't know, it has to be well done. But he's doing fucking great work. It's great. Like, for being what it is, internet horror series, the production value is incredible. Like, and like that kind of stuff. So far that guy's name Ivan Beck, like, he's been kind of the main guy that's researching. So there's a company that's trying to use this alternate dimension for commercial means. They're gonna, you know start to try to stabilize it, construct in it, so that they can make money off of it. If it's a pocket dimension, it's like an alternate, reality. If you want to put oil refineries and plastic burning facilities, like, if you want to put all that stuff in there, go for it. You're ruining some other reality. It's not ours. It's almost like Rick and Morty thing where Rick has some dimensions programmed into his portal gun where it's literally just for him to throw like garbage. He just opens it, throws a bag of garbage in, and that's it. And it's just another day. He doesn't even care. It could go into a star. It could go onto some planet. It doesn't matter. He just throws. He just uses. He just abuses it. And it's the same thing for this company, in this fictional company that's using this alternate reality to like push for, oh, maybe we could use it. They're kind of pitching these ideas to the United States government saying, hey, we could use this for commercial space, retail space, like residential space. So if you have, huge populations in places, you could move them to this area and you could build affordable housing there. But come to find out, it's not a completely empty, it's not an empty area. It's not an empty, reality. There is another type of, I guess you would call it, ecology and biology that's there. So it's, the idea is that it's like this kind of cosmic horror, right? It's these unseen forces that are pushing you know, that they're interacting with people that go there. You know, could it, you know, is it picking up the green on my shirt? I can't tell. Um, but I don't know. It's really well done. It's a great series. If you have a chance to check it out, you should. Um, you know, a guy named Kane Pixel. There's a bunch of videos, and it's I love it. I'm really into that kind of stuff. You know, not everybody is, but jump scares, I don't like jump scares. But if it's done right, where it's not using the jump scare as the, like, you jump because it's not just the boo, it's not just that shit. There's other layers to it where it's rewarding in its own way, and it's earned, right? So I don't know. It's like I said, not everybody's into it, and that's, you know, that's fine. Not everybody has to be into it. Um, but it's interesting to just find stuff like that that's not traditional, like cable TV. Like The Walking Dead just finished its series finale. Are you kidding me? Bro, it's been like 15 years. No, how long has it been? 13 years? I don't remember. It's been a long fucking time. And it got old. I liked the idea, but I got burned out in like season 2, season 3, cuz it was basically it was like a Mobius strip. Like season 2, they go to a farm. You know, there's a group of survivors. It's like the main cast. They go to this farm. They befriend the farmer and his family so that they're allowed to stay. There's some forced drama and like tension between characters. Um, but they they stay there basically the entire season. There's no real tension because they're in a relatively safe area, so that the drama has to be driven forward by like the character, you know, characters development, stuff like that. That's what has to like push the action forward, and the story, and the, you know, it just it when your writers aren't doing a great job, like if the writing is weak, having it focus on character development, interpersonal relationships, stuff like that, if that is what you have to do to maintain interest, and the writing is just not good enough, I mean, that sucks. So I mean, I liked the show for the most part. Um, I wish they had skipped like the farm stuff. Could have been sped up a lot, and if they did, because the next season, season 3, they were at the prison, so it was another identical type of setup, except, um, you know, it's just a new location. But one of the coolest things that I saw, like, and Andrew Lincoln did a good job. So he plays like the main guy, Rick. Um, he was starting to go crazy, right? Because he had lost his wife. They had lost, you know, this young girl had gone missing and was killed and turned into a zombie. You know, they had lost, you know, a few members of their group, and you know, if they didn't set up, some of them didn't get a whole lot of screen time, they didn't really get much care, but the idea was that, you know, they had lost some of them, and he kind of, you know, he was a cop in, you know, his original life, and now he's trying to save people, and you know, they're dying, and it's like, in this kind of world, man, I mean, you can only do so much. I've I would hate it where But I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, right? If I was that, and I do value life, I value connections with people and stuff. So I'm not going to be the kind of guy who's going to be cold-blooded enough to say, okay, well, we're going to send 5 of you out, and or do it in a way where, let's say there's an attack and I can only take 6 people in, in whatever reason, I can only take 6 people and there's 10. Like, what is it really? I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Like, pick who chooses, pick who lives or dies, or just say, hey, first one's into the such and such a vehicle, like, whatever. That's all we can take. That's all we can take. Maybe it's like a boat, and there's a weight limit, and it's like, I don't know, something like just whatever the circumstance. Like, I don't think I'd be willing to take that lightly, as to being like, okay, you guys got to stay. And there's a Netflix show. I love this show. So it's called Love, Death, and Robots. It is a series of, it's almost like Robot Chicken, basically. It's like these little vignettes, and one of them is a ship. It's like a privateer ship in like the 1800s. There is a creature on board who demands like blood. So somebody gets thrown in or whatever, or dies in the hold, and this creature needs the crew alive to sail the ship. But he demands that they take him to this specific island. It's like a heavy populated island. And the creature tells him, I'll kill you unless you take me here. And it's this giant crab, so it's like it can kill you. It absolutely can kill you. But it needs so many people alive to sail the ship. But it's trying to like feed its young. So this guy agrees to help it, right? But he tells the crew, he's like, look, this is what we've got going on here. There's a thing down there. It's gonna kill us unless we take it to such and such an island. Then it'll let us live. And everybody says the same thing. They say, once we take it there, we're dead. It's gonna kill us too. It's like, yeah, no shit. So he's like, okay. So they all said the same thing. They're like, we could take it to this other island and then trick it to getting off the ship and then try to leave without it, like, whatever, or kill it, and there's a few of them that say no, it will spare us. It's given us, it says like it's given us its word. It's like, do we trust it? And some of them say yeah. He does like a vote, and the ones that say yeah, it was like 3 of them, and it was like a crew of like 8 or 9. So 3 of them said they wanted to trust it. They get thrown in to be eaten. So like they all made this decision to try and trick this creature. It knows, like, it keeps it's like, all right, I need another body. It's like, even after those 3, like they sail on for a few days, and the creature, is like, come on, man, I need more food. You need to give me somebody. They have to, this guy is trying to figure out a way to satisfy the creature long enough and also try to take it to this other place to try and kill it, because he knows that there's hundreds and thousands of people on this other place that the creature's trying to go to that are innocent people that don't know it's coming. And once it gets there, it's basically has little versions of itself. As they eat, they grow. It's gonna just take over the, it has the potential of just, erasing humankind from the face of the earth. So, it's an interesting concept. That's what I love about that show. It's like there's these kind of little stories. It's like short stories where you can kind of build a universe around it. And I think a lot of great ideas have come from stuff like that, where you make a short story and you try to build around it. Now, the story has to be good, and if you're building if you're doing any kind of universe building, you kind of need to know what the fuck you're doing. And like I've seen there's a guy I used to go to school with, and I see him on Facebook and stuff, and he's talking about the DC universe. He's like, no, they can totally do it. It's like it'll be good, and it was like Black Adam wasn't good. The Justice League wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, it was all right. But the other stuff, it's been Wonder Woman was about the only good movie in that entire universe. Like Gal Gadot did an okay job as Wonder Woman. She did pretty fucking good. Like it's kind of cool seeing Wonder Woman kicking ass and like her origin story and stuff. It kind of introduces her to a whole new generation of girls and women. So like, hey, whatever. Um, didn't they bring Linda? What's her name? Linda Carter, the old Wonder Woman. Didn't they bring her back as a villain? That's kind of cool too. God, Linda Carter, man. Didn't she used to sell pantyhose or some shit? She was sexy as fuck. Oh man, what a time to be alive, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I've always had like story ideas for stuff like that. But like I look at something like The Walking Dead and it's like I never read the graphic novels. I never read any of the source material. I never read it or interacted with it at all. But um I feel like I could have done a fucking better job than the whoever they got to do it. Like AMC, fuck them. Fuck them. Like these nameless, faceless fucking suits. What's going on with my internet? I keep looking at like drop frames and shit. What is happening? It's weird. It's weird. Oh, come on. That one doesn't even have an H in it. I used to like Family Guy. Family Guy was kind of the same way. Not the same way, but it was. The idea that like you know the entire show is built around his desire to just do these little like asides, just the cutaways, like, and it's so contrived too. Like they'll just be having a conversation and be like, "Oh yeah, that's more embarrassing than that time such and such happened," and then it just cuts away to the scenario, or it's like a pop culture reference from like the 80s or some shit, and it's like it was funny, and then it got worn out, and it wasn't like, come on, bro. You gotta hit us with something a little bit better than that. Wow, how many seasons has Family Guy been on? Fucking 20 at least, right? How is The Simpsons still going? Like, I don't get it, man. And like, Fox hates Matt Groening. They fucking hate him because he talks so much shit about him. He fucking he dunks on Fox constantly, and I love it. But he's basically just giving the finger, to him. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Cut me out? Come on, man. I helped build your network, so don't fuck with me. But out of the, out of his multiple shows, I think honestly Futurama was better. The original first few seasons were some of the best television I've ever seen. I haven't watched them in a while. I need to go back and watch them. Seasons like 1 through 6, 1 through 7. The movies weren't, and that's when I kind of started to be like, okay, now we're kind of jumping off the deep end here. But having Fry and Leela actually hook up, I don't know, man. Because every show would do that. The will they, won't they, and in the rare circumstances where it works, like it's, I don't know, the actors have to do a great job. They have to have chemistry for real. Like you have to feel it. Like it has to be. But when it's done in like an animation setting where it's just done for the sake of doing it, I don't know, man. I can kind of backfire and not be very good. But I don't know, the Fry and Leela thing, I think it worked better. But how long can you ride that out though? Having Fry just simping for years, like kind of gotta, you know, I don't know, you gotta throw the audience a bone, I guess. Especially if he's a likable guy and he's a good dude, like. But it has to be earned, you know. I wonder what the Dead by Daylight's gonna look like when we go in there. This is gonna be nuts. I don't even know. I don't know if I should play Christmas music. I probably shouldn't, because I want to be able to hear the killer. Yeah, today was a long day. Delivering mail and these blistering, like this blistering cold. I don't know, man. 48 degrees. That was the great blizzard of 2022 for South Florida. Has anybody watching this who lives above like the middle of Florida like is just telling me to go fuck myself right now? So where I used to live in North Carolina and South Carolina, apparently they're in like single digits and it feels like it's negative. And it's like, and we're on Fahrenheit. We're on that dumb fucking scale. Like, I don't know, man. Y'all can have that shit. Enjoy it. I remember being in high school and we would see it sometimes. It would start snowing. If it started sticking to the ground, then we were just like basically just kind of with our stuff ready to be just thrown off our desk into our book bags and then just leave. Because once they tell you and like people start to leave, that's it, man. That's a wrap. You can't stop, especially high school kids who are out in the parking lot, getting in their cars ready to fuck off and do something else. Don't try to get them back in the school. It ain't gonna work. So there would be a few times because North Carolina, especially near the coast, they don't have snow plows. They don't have salt trucks. They don't need them. It never freezes, or it never gets that far below freezing to where we need it. So they're like, nah, fuck it. We can't have school buses out there driving like sliding all over the place, full of kids. So it could be 12:30, and they're like, yep, everybody go home. That's it. So we would go home, get a few hours of snow, and it'd be light. That's it. Now, supposedly there's no precipitation. It's just cold air, which is nice. But I can't do it. Like, there's part of me that wants to leave Florida because it sucks here. But man, once it gets its hooks in you, it's hard to leave. No income tax, no vehicle inspection, so you can drive your shit box and keep all your tax money. Like, you fucking. I get nervous, man, when I see someone driving a 1987 Buick, and it runs like it looks. Oh, I don't even trust them to be able to stop in time. Let alone take a turn at less than fucking more than 20, 20 miles an hour. Like it doesn't look. Their car doesn't look seaworthy. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to get a quick drink, and then we'll get into a little bit of stuff, hang out for a bit, and then yeah, be right back. So I've just been enjoying my Christmas screwdriver, but I was thinking about it. It was like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine doing alcoholic eggnog. Like, I know it's a thing. What is it? Eggnog and rum? Man, dairy and alcohol? That shit freaks me out. I don't know why. I don't like it. But I mean, I know why. I don't know, that room starts spinning. That, ugh, I can't imagine. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's just so off-putting. But, like, you know, I don't know if I've ever done it. I don't know if I've ever been to a party where somebody's had, you know, alcoholic eggnog. I don't want to find out. Bill's bringing his ugly sweater. Like, his sweater is a Nom flashback, just sewn into the design. Wait, who am I? Oh, Meg Thomas. That's right. Wait, what? No. No, 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 no. No! I didn't mean to do that! Why did it change me? I didn't choose that guy. Bone chill. That's what I call when I bring my Tinder date back to my place. Bone and chill. I love how the loading bar is right at the very edge. It's like, oh, wouldn't you like to just finish, huh? Dude, come on, there we go. Oh. Oh, damn it, it did change me. You fuck. I don't have anything with this guy. Alright, well, the generators are easy to see. Oh, wait, they're not lit up. Oh, nice. Oh, is this bamboo? I thought it was weed. Oh, this is not the same weed either. Oh. All right. Focus. Just put this in here and plug that in there. And snap these two wires at random. Oh. Time to run. What's he doing to that? What's he doing to the snowman? Oh man. Oh, it's so low. Shit. Are you kidding me? Shit. Oh, that was on it. Come on. That was on the line, ref. Come on. Oh, are you kidding me? I swear this never happened before. It's just because you're so hot. I just want to shout out and be like, you guys okay? You motherfucker. What is he doing with that snowman? Oh my god. Still so far to go. Yeah, I think this dude's just fucking around. I don't think he's actually trying to kill us. Maybe he knows the other guy? I don't know. Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch! What are we doing? Stop toying with me, just kill me already. Yay? Okay. I'll take it, but whatever. Did I have fun? I mean, I don't know what any of this stuff is. All I know of this game is I just have to fix generators, take people off hooks, hide like a coward, and then just run around. That's a very rare head. Oh. Sounds like my sex life. Ha, sick burn, bro. There we go. So why does my cat insist on being a menace? I don't get it. Nothing but nice to her? Which I think it's like being in prison It's like they take that as a sign of weakness. Bro, really? No fucking no way. Is this real? Okay, what the fuck? So, Florida man, of course, accused of shooting ex-girlfriend 15 times because she did not return phone calls and texts. 15 times, bro. She would not return his calls or text messages. That is some holy fuck. He woke up in an angry state because his ex had not been answering his phone or text. Man, she was his ex, apparently. Yeah, ex-girlfriend, yeah. So he was still bitter as fuck over the breakup and just blowing up her phone. I've been through a breakup like that. I haven't shot anyone 15 times. Definitely not an ex. But I'm sure there's one of my exes out there, you know, that's some shit you get your ass beat for by, you know, she had a brother or dad, you know, that's somebody that was in her life that, you know, didn't take kindly to that shit. Yeah, that I could have been missing a tooth or two. Like I deserved, but I went through, you know, it took a while for me to get over it, but still, like, I've done that. Just the like different, it's like what is it, 7 steps of grieving? It's like it's the same thing with like when you get broken up with, like it hurts, and then you deny it, and then you try to like, and then you're angry, and then you're trying to make bargains. It's like you're trying everything, and no, man, it's not gonna work. This motherfucker woke up because he's blowing up her phone. She's not answering back. So his mind starts working. And he starts creating scenarios. Like, A, she's already fucking some dude. That's, you know, women aren't just allowed to be single. Y'all are, you know, receptacles for men to, you know, to use as a sexual object. Like, you know, you're not allowed to, you know, do the whole like the single life. No, it means you're back on the market, and you're just gonna get snatched up because that's all you are. So, you know, I've seen it, but then it goes to this shit. And it's like this dude has serious fucking issues. 15 times. That is an angry, violent death. That is a level of rage that is alarming as fuck. So I don't understand it. And it's like that screams like a toxic upbringing, like to not know that you should love yourself first. So a lot of these guys get super attached. Like, it is scary, the levels of control and the emotional investment. It's like it's intense. It's like Will Smith, same shit. Will Smith was compelled to get up on stage and slap Chris Rock, like, at the Oscars, one of the most prestigious events in the world. The Oscars is a big fucking deal. um and for him to break that kind of, decorum and social, the social norms by really just doing some nightclub shit. Like, that's some shit that goes on at like a bar. Dude comes in, no, guy's girlfriend that's with him, and like the other guy knows her, and says something, gets a little too familiar, and this other dude has to like, prove his manhood or whatever. And it's like, that's how motherfuckers get shot, stabbed in nightclubs. Is they go in there strapped up, and anybody that picks a fight, like, they brandish a fucking iron at them, and it's like, bro, it's some high school shit. Like, that's such emotional immaturity to do that kind of like, yo, motherfucker, let's go out to the parking lot, man, after school, you and me. And it's like, dude, not everything has to end that way. Y'all can be cool with it. I mean, did Chris Rock deserve to get slapped for a G.I. Jane joke? I mean, it was bad, but yeah. Like, that was some bizarre shit. But that shit, 15 times, man. And dudes, dudes want to get mad, be like, oh, women, I feel so attacked because women think I'll do such and such. It's like, I mean, don't blame them. Maybe we should be taking a look at our own and being like, okay, yeah, they have a fucking point, because I can see it. And like, it hurts, man. Taking an L, whew, it hurts. But it's how you handle it. And honestly, I mean, if somebody's just, not giving you what you want, then just walk away. It's cool not to cut them out of your life if you don't need to. But just remove that toxicity. Maybe put some distance. I've had to do it. It hurts because maybe you had some more emotional investment than than they did, but it is what it is. You can't force people. And that's the kind of shit where that should be taught by, I don't know, people need better role models. But it should definitely be something that's taught, to kids, is like how to handle, not being the most important thing in the world. Because you're not. Like, we're not NPCs. Like, you're not an NPC in someone else's life. Like, you're not just a, this outside thing. Like, you're a real person. We're sharing this space together. It's not, oh, well, it's my universe because it's in my mind. It's like, yeah, to a point, but the fact is, it's like, that's not what it is. You have to be able to break that kind of, that self-centered type of mindset. But I don't know, I can't tell if it's wiring or if it's like a learned behavior, because it seems like it's both. I don't know. Maybe it just takes like losing people out of your life, not like dying, but missing their presence enough to either be able to show them their value and like not taking them for granted, or if it's done to you, like to see that and then move on. But if you're so insecure and constantly just trying to like prove yourself, like she broke up with him, obviously. He was mad that she wasn't answering him. Was like, it wasn't that she's blowing him up trying to get back together. It's like that's how it was. So they're no longer together. It starts building in his mind. I've been there. I've been angry at an ex. I've been, but it never got to that point in my mind for me to have to, being like, oh, I shouldn't think that. It's like, no, I didn't think that to begin with. But that is, oof, that's brutal. I mean, I can't imagine, but that's why. It's because I can't imagine it. Jeez. It's this time of year, like, I try to look back and, like, reflect. And, yeah, there are times in my past I wish I could go back and change. But trying to make, I don't know, I try to make the most rational decision. I try not to feed into emotional decisions. But it's hard to say, like, because yeah, man, like, you want other people to be happy, but fuck, man, I want to be happy too. Like, if I maybe felt something for someone and they didn't, like, that hurts. If I wasted opportunities with going to school sooner and things like that. Everyone always says, they're like, oh, you can't live in the past, you can't regret. It's like, dude, it is so hard not to regret that shit. It's so hard. Like, having the way forward for me, like, planned out and ready, and then just pissing it away to the point where I had, at least if I would have withdrawn in time, I wouldn't have had F's. But having F's on a college transcript, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Like, yeah. But got a 3.66 last semester, so pretty happy. I don't know if I'll make the dean's list because the other part of the semester I had all B's, so I thought I had an A in there, but I guess not. That's what I get for, missing an assignment or two. But it is what it is. So I was in middle school, right? I was in 6th grade. My dad actually taught at the same school. And so school to me was such a, like, it felt like such a chore, like it does for everybody, right? But for me, because I got the concepts like that, like whatever the teacher was teaching, I understood. And like we would do like practice problems in class, and I'm like, cool, yeah, I got it, great. What's the next one? Let's go on to the next the next lesson, the next concept, whatever whatever. And she's like, okay, now let's do another problem. And it's like, dude, we just did 3 of them. Why do we have to keep doing this? Who's not getting it? It's not me. But like, homework was like, excuse me? I know how to do this. Yeah, whatever. Why do I need to do this again out of school? Like, that was the whole point of school, was to teach me this shit. Being out of school and having homework? Excuse me? So, but I didn't take it seriously even back then. But there was an exam, I think it was an exam or something. It was I don't know if it was an assignment that I was missing. It might have been. But it was like the middle of the semester, and the teacher comes up to me in the hallway. And, it's during class change, so like people are, all over the place, and he comes up and he's like, hey, I was just checking your grades, and like you're at a 40 right now. You've got a bad grade. I'm like it's better than a 0. Because the way he said it was like he was just telling me, like, as if I could do anything about it. Like, I was just like, okay, well, I mean, it's better. And then in my mind, I was like, okay, now I need to buckle down and get everything turned in and try to salvage, the rest of this term. Because I was like, in my mind, I was trying to do the math, and I'm like, maybe I could still get, an okay grade. Maybe I could still pass and not fail. He goes to my dad and says I was like back talking him and like giving him attitude in the hallway. I was like, And I was so pissed because I'm like, that's not what happened. You're gonna believe this. You're gonna believe this stranger over your own son? It's like, who has the motive to lie in this situation? But even I even said, I was like, look, I did say that, yes. What I meant was, he's like, well, you need to go apologize. I was like, and I was still pissed. This is the most indignant fucking thing. I was like, he needs to apologize to me. He's the one that came at me with that fucking energy, and I just, I reciprocated. And suddenly I'm the, the fucking smart ass kid, the one that's got a problem with authority, and it was like, there's no winning with you fucking people. I'm the victim, not some dickhead health teacher in 6th grade. Fuck that guy. Oh man. But like in college, for some of my assignments, I should have just been willing to take the L and just turn in whatever I had would have been better than a 0. So like I should have just turned it in. But I had like, fuck. God damn it. It's hard, man. It's hard doing that many classes and working full time. That was rough. I mean, 6 classes, that was heavy duty. I don't know if I prefer that or the traditional like 16-week term. I don't know. I feel like 16 weeks you can get more in depth with the information, but I mean, then again, these are just general studies courses, so it's whatever. But I wonder if this will work. Is it working? Doesn't look like it's working. That sucks. Oh, it is working. Oh, snap. Sounds like every song from like 2000, no, like 90, 99? Fucking, what was that? Was it Prodigy? $1997, Prodigy. I remember when that was like super fucking popular. I remember that. It was, oh man, it was like another British invasion, which seems to happen a lot. Like there'd just be a random British invasion. I think there's like one server of this still up. Oh man, I don't remember the controls. Oh shit. I don't remember if it's arrows or what. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. We'll find out. I want to go to one of these races. Not these races, but I want to go to like a demolition derby. I haven't been to one in forever. But there's the Rockford Speedway, which I'd love to go to, because I think that's the original. I love the guy named Ligma. Event in progress. So wait for them to... Should I use the harvester? Holy shit. I've seen people use this. It's great. But yeah, like the Rockford Speedway will have like a... they'll have these kind of demolition type races where it'll either be an oval or they'll make it into a figure 8 track. That is exactly what you think it is. It's going to force collisions to happen. It's one of the greatest things ever. And then sometimes what they do is they do trailer races where raised piss jugs. But they'll have like it'll be like trucks pulling trailers, either like small campers or like boat trailers, so like be like a boat race. And as the race goes on, eventually the timing is just right. There's always a perfect T-bone in the middle of the intersection. It's so perfect. Damn, this is gonna be a full lobby too. This is gonna be nuts. What the fuck are you want, dude? Steve Irwin. Still sucks that he's gone. He was great. No crybabies. I'm so good. I wrap my presents on Christmas Eve. However, it sucks. I love how they're just having their own conversation. It's like an old chat room. So I deliver mail for a living, and I get so mad at people and be like, oh, you wait until the last minute, making me out deliver on Christmas Eve until it's dark. Just getting pissed at customers. And meanwhile, oh, I ready up. Oh, there we go. Damn, my ping's high as fuck. So am I. But my ping, it's painful. That's like Quake 2 shit back in the day, in like 1990, maybe 99. So I don't think we had cable yet at that point. Might have still been on dial-up. God, I remember those days. It was cool, like, but it, being so slow, like it was rough. I just think about it now, it's like, man, what we have available now is, it's still frustrating when we don't have, this super connectivity. Like, when a hurricane rolls through and destroys your infrastructure, and like, I had no internet for like 3 days, 4 days. I think it was 4 days. Luckily, man, I got lucky this last hurricane. I lost power for maybe 4 hours. No, I think it was like 5 hours. and then it was fine. Oh God. Oh. 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 This fucking truck. Jeez. I don't know if I would have tangled that truck anymore. Oh, he wants me. Oh God. There's always one. There's always a guy who drives backwards. God, I remember when me and my brother would play PlayStation 1 and we would play Gran Turismo. He didn't like racing me because I would always win. So he would we would take turns, just one person tries to race. Oh God. I'm like that head NASCAR guy that rode the wall. Got like 4 places. But so one of us would race, and the other one would just drive backwards and try to find them and just like slam into them and fuck up their time. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Oh, the wall's gonna kill me. God, I keep losing, but why is the race so long? 10 laps? It's like catalytic converters and everything on the ground. I can't believe that was a thing, man. It still is the thing, apparently. I saw somebody post on Facebook the other day. They're like, yeah, somebody stole my catalytic converter. I was like, excuse me? We're like the worst drifters ever. Ugh. Oh shit! No! No, what is going on with this camera? Why did I do that? Oh. Oh, come on, baby. Hang in there. Yay. We did it. 17-second lapse. That's ridiculously small. God, I haven't been to a monster truck rally either in a while. I did go see midget wrestling last year. That was kind of fun. Damn, we're going right to it, huh? Yes, let's get smashed. Absolutely. I'm real blitzing myself right now. Don't leave. He's in the boomer. The gamer word? What is the gamer word? Do I even want to know? I don't think I do. I wish. I think it's still. So I'm borrowing my grandmother's Honda. My grandmother has passed. But she had a magnet. I think it's still in there. Kanye West. But she had that magnet of the Keep Christ in Christmas. I kind of want to put one on these cars. Oh no, hang in there. Driving a yellow cab from the fucking 70s. Oh. They've left the racetrack. Oh, every time. Oh, shit. Oh, no. we're all leaving to go to the golf course next door. Oh. Oh, you fuck. Oh, shit. Damn it. Hey guys, I'm back. Loaded Pampers. You fuckface. This thing's... Holy God. So I had a car like this once. So I was such a piece of shit. 2005 was a good year. 2006 was not a very good year for... So I had gotten a car. It was a used car. But I had decent credit, I think. Because my mom had gotten me a line of credit, I don't know, somewhere. And so I had just been generating credit while I was in high school. And once I got out, they're right there. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. God damn it, I keep losing my train of thought. You no, you fucker, you fucker. God damn it. So I was really irresponsible because the way the car dealer, they had got me approved, and they had like some promotion where it was like, oh, don't make any payments for 2 months or whatever. Like, 'cause I had gone there in, I guess, October. No. It might have been October. Or it might have been November. Ugh, that was not pretty. And so I didn't have to make a payment until like the first of the year. And from there it was like I had a credit card I maxed out. Oh, it was ridiculous. Like, I was a mess. But I didn't make a car payment for like 3 months. And no, that would have been 2005. So it was like the winter of 2004 that I got this car. Well, oh man. So, oh jeez. I got it repoed. I woke up one day, like, some of my friends had come over and they were like, they come in the house and they were like, hey, you know, are you home? And I'm like, yeah, because I had told them I was going to be home at such and such a time. And they're like, where's your car? I was like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, it's not there. And I looked outside. Yeah, there was 2 tiny little skid marks on the driveway where my car had been. And yeah, I learned the hard way. It's like, don't do that, because they don't fuck around, not with vehicles. Which I can't imagine. There's a place, I don't know if it's everywhere else. I don't know, but it's a car dealership. It's called Drive Time, right? And it's like I don't know if it's a buy here, pay here. I don't know if it's that kind of setup or whatever. Well, they're willing to give people who shouldn't have car loans, they're willing to give them car loans because they have, it's like that Fast and Furious, I think it's Fast and Furious 2, where like the undercover cops, like the undercover agents or whatever, like the FBI or whatever is using, they have these cars that they're using as assets for this undercover operation. So it's FBI property. They're like wired up with GPS and like they can cut the engine and all this other stuff. And this car dealership place does that. If you don't make a payment, it has a built-in system in place where it will scramble. I think it's they lock the car's computer to where you can't even, you know, you can't jump the car, you can't you can't do anything. The car won't run. And so like they don't fuck around either. It's like, no, they won't repo it right away. You know, they'll be like, okay, well, you missed a payment, so bye-bye. Click, and your car doesn't run. Like, that would suck. But I mean, you know, I don't know. Someday we might break out of this cycle of endless consumerism. But who the fuck knows? It's gonna take something radical. And crypto wasn't it. Crypto was just a giant scam. I love how the people, oh my god, it's so delicious seeing these people just suffer, especially this time of year where it's like, yeah, motherfucker, learn what it's like to be poor. Like, you deserve it. You fucked around way too much. Oh my god, it's great. That what is his name, man? Sam Bankman-Fried. Supposedly there's an interview where he basically describes a Ponzi scheme as his business model. It's like, you asshole, you fucking piece of shit. Like, you exploited people, and that's fucked, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's hard. I don't feel bad for him at all. What I feel bad for is that nothing's gonna happen. That's what I don't like. Is that, like, he's facing all these charges and shit, but it's such a misunderstood concept. Like, using money to buy these virtual coins. It's like, people who didn't understand it got into it thinking that they were because I mean, I'm like an idiot. I bought Dogecoin because I couldn't afford Bitcoin at that point. I was like, well, let me get on the ground floor of this other dumb shit. And I spent like $50 on Dogecoin. And I was like, yeah, man, this is going to take off. And, you know, Elon Musk was like, to the moon, boys. And everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. Then he goes on Saturday Night Live. I feel like this is some 4D chess, but I'm thinking that him going on SNL was a signal to all the whales that he was dumping and that they should dump too. So, because they had gotten it up to, fuck, man, I don't remember what it was. It might have been 50 cents per coin. It might have been. And it came up from like, you know, hundreds and thousands of a penny. So even if you did, you know, even if you spent, you know, 100 grand, you would make, you know, you would make at least $1 million. So, you know, but they all knew when to do it. And if it wasn't a signal, then it was it was basically him telling people to get out. Because the way he said it, he was like, yeah, it was just a joke. It was just a prank, bro. It was like, excuse me? There are people who have thousands of dollars in Dogecoin and they lost it. And it's like, you fucking piece of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that kind of stuff. How is that allowed? How can that be allowed? And then it was like, oh, it's the free market. It's the free market. It's free market. It's like, really? Because the free market is just taking from people. It's just people stealing from other people. If there's no regulation, that's all they're doing. Is they're finding ways to take. All these crypto scams. Like and then NFTs, and people thought that was the next big thing too. It was like, did you not learn anything? What are you people? What are you fucking? Do you have no higher brain functions whatsoever? No, because you're driven by greed. That's right. So it was immediately, oh, let's jump on the next big thing, which is NFTs. It's like, oh, we're going to buy artwork. It's like, no, you're not. You're not buying shit. You're buying a set of pixels that have a unique, you know, like, it's the same idea. It's like they have a unique ID number. You're buying the ID number, not the piece of artwork. Because who was it? Was it some fucking investment firm in the UK thought they owned? What the fuck did they buy? They bought like an NFT of a vinyl album or some shit. They thought they owned the album. It's like, no, you don't. You own like a screenshot of an album. It's like, you fucking morons. And that's what happened with GameStop. And now people have to just hold their stocks forever. And GameStop is not making its money back. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, again, people don't learn. They're so driven by this fucking almighty dollar. It's so fucking ridiculous. But it's like, but I envy the rich to a certain point. I think I've said it before. Like, I feel like, you know, us trying to buy into this idea of rich people being, you know, suffering for their wealth. It's like, I don't fucking buy that for a second. I don't think what a rich person goes through in terms of like emotional, I don't know, like emotional turmoil, I guess, stress. I don't think what they go through is what the rest of us go through, where we have to find stability and security at the mercy of someone else. So like, luckily I have a government job, but my government job is only secure enough because the government is secure. Now if we start having issues with the government, it's like, then we got a problem. But you know, when you work for someone, you know, especially I get nervous when, like, you know, restaurant chains and franchise owners all have LLCs, I get real fucking nervous with that shit. Because that means that, to me, that just spells like they're willing to cut and run at the first sign of, you know, any kind of risk to their investment. Because that, I used to work at Jimmy John's, and his shit was an LLC, and his yeah, as far as I know, I don't think they have any locations up there anymore. Yeah, maybe they do. Yeah, whatever. Fuck Jimmy John's. Fuck that place, man. Fucking, I bought into it too. I was like, yeah,